everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is your host, Frank Holder. Again, like I say all the time, this is the show where we talk about sports with comedians. So let's get ready to get the show started. My man Talent is in the building. What's up, man T? How you doing, sir?
I'm here, baby. I'm here for all the smoke. I want all the smoke today.
Yeah, all right, yeah, because we're gonna pull out the bets and everything else, and so the smoke will be coming to you, especially since you blind about the Jets. So I'm ready for that.
You're so petty, yo. How you hold on to stuff?
Yeah, I know I am. My wife tells me that all the time. My man Fig is in the building too. What's up, Fig? What's happening?
Hey man, I'm here to make the show look sexy. It's my job.
You're failing today. You're failing.
No, this is gorgeous.
My man Michael Sean's also in the building. What's up, Mike? How you doing, sir?
What's good? I want to get this out the way. I want to apologize to my brother Talent.
Oh, no need, brother.
For just acting a fool at a comedy show and putting him in an awkward situation.
Well, apologize to me.
All right.
You weren't there.
Hey, Mike, good. I want Fig to apologize for that shirt.
Hey.
Tell your shirt I said thank you for your service.
Hey, this is my camouflage. I'm trying to pretend like I really ain't here.
Fig just did a show at the Ukraine at the Ukraine Comedy Club.
Well, since we don't know what you all are talking about, we're gonna get ready to jump into the show, man. Let's get ready to get it started.
Jay.
I'll say this.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Talent has been telling me for a minute that the record was going to be tied. I think Talent needs to get a round of applause. If I could pull up the applause button, which I cannot, I got to start it out with that saying, my man did that thing. He tied the record. Aaron Judge tied the record. Roger Maris, 61 in the home run season. T, people are discussing right now because Roger Maris Jr. was in the building saying that this is the record that counts. What happened before Bonds, McGuire, and Sosa doesn't count because it was in the steroid era, everything else. I don't know how you not count what they did and count what he did. I don't know how you do that. But regardless, where your thought process and how you feel that, I know you're a Yankees fan because he's a Yankee. What's your thought process on Aaron Judge tying the record, bro?
They both count, bro. You can't discount nobody because I keep saying the same thing over and over again. You can say what you want about steroids and buffing up and all that. Baseball, especially from the hitting standpoint and the pitching standpoint, is it the most hand-eye coordination sport you probably got. So to be precise and to be dope and above break records and all and set records, you still need that. So I count Barry Bonds. I'm never going to discount Barry Bonds for what he did. And McGuire and the Chase and the Sosa and all that. That's part of baseball history. Actually, if they were smart, they'll encourage that and hold that, even though it happened in that era. Those are numbers you need for you want viewership. You want people to go, oh, baseball's exciting. Well, you're gonna need that piece of history. And as a Yankee fan, I'm proud, of Aaron doing his thing as well. Wishing that brother nothing but the best going forward. I hope he has a banging closeout game tomorrow, and just do what he do, man. Like I said, when the bats get to hitting, they get to hit.
Right. No doubt about it. So Fig, at least he tied the record. You know what I mean? If he breaks the record, that's fine. But at least he tied the record, right? I mean, it's good for Yankees history. But like T said, do you think that we should count what happened in the past? With Sosa, Bonds, and McGuire, or should we just move on and just be so happy about Aaron Judge?
I think it's a combination of all of it, man. Because at the end of the day, baseball didn't say nothing about it while it was going on. So why try and give him an asterisk now? I don't know. I know steroids make you stronger, but like Tyler said, I don't know if it has anything to do with hand-eye coordination. I can't imagine how it would help you to make contact with a baseball going at 90 to 100 miles per hour. I don't know how steroids does that. And once you make contact, maybe it'll help the ball go further, but you still got to hit it. You know what I mean? So I give great kudos to Aaron Judge for being able to get 61 home runs and leading in all the categories where he might end up winning the Triple Crown also. This kid is just box office, man, and it's good for Major League Baseball.
Yeah, now on the flip side of that, Mike Sean, the Yankees have not signed this dude. He broke the record in a Yankees uniform. Meanwhile, the Yankees have the cloud over their head that they have not signed this dude to an extended contract and everything else. Does that outshine the record? Will we be talking about that if, which I don't see it happening, if he ends up leaving and goes to another team?
I mean, there is a cloud over there because you're gonna have to pay him $500 million. And I'll just push back on one point. Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa shouldn't be in the same category as Barry Bonds.
Facts.
Because Barry Bonds was already a Hall of Famer before the alleged steroid situation. So right. I do kind of discount them. And a guy named Brady Anderson from Baltimore hit 52 home runs. And then once they started checking for steroids, went down to, he was hitting 19 and 20 after that. So I kind of, like, I do get the discrediting, but not Barry Bonds. Because Barry Bonds was one of the greatest all-around players in Major League Baseball ever. Like, he's on the Willie Mays level. So I don't discredit Barry Bonds. But the other dudes, Sammy Sosa was not only taking steroids, but he was corking bats. He was doing a bunch of stuff. Yeah. And now he's white.
Wait, he's
it kind of changes everything.
Yeah.
He's so cork, Mike?
No, he got caught. Well, pause. I guess I should say pause on
right. We're gonna keep it going. Besides the outburst, we're gonna keep it going. Let's keep it going. Next up, man, and this is a topic that we touched on several times. T, the thing is I don't think national media is talking about this enough, man. Brett Favre got caught, according to his taxes, he donated over $100,000 to the University of Southern Mississippi Athletic Foundation while he pushed for state funds. His tax records say that. He said that in his taxes. So he basically agreed that he did donate to Southern Miss. Now, since he said that on the record, because he denied it, he got caught in his text messages, and now then he denied it and everything else. Now he admitted in his tax records. Should he go to jail, basically? Because the other people are going to jail. Everybody else involved is going to jail. What's your thoughts on Brett Favre?
Well, I mean, that's just one part of the problem. That's not the open and shut case of it, because he could also rebuttal that and come back with, push come to shove, that was a separate donation. You know what I mean? Because it's on his taxes. So I could say I did that separately just because, my people's, the school, whatever, my connection to the school, and has nothing to do with these funds that we got from welfare. Right. Any decent lawyer going to do that right away anyway, to disparage the connection of that was that money. Now, again, it's all about paper trail. If you can prove that the funds were diverted from the original place where they're talking about the welfare, if you could show a paper trail or electronic trail that this was broken off from there and put over here as a charity for tax purposes, then you got him. But if he just did it, you really could just say that was done separately.
Yeah, that's one excellent, not just a good point, that's an excellent point, because you got to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. But Fig, on the flip side of this, here's the thing. Another lawyer, especially a prosecuting attorney, can say this gives grounds for us to have a case because now we have somewhat of a proof that we think that you agree that you did do that. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. What you think, Fig?
I don't know, man. They're gonna have a problem with Brett Favre. He has the complexion for protection. He wears Wranglers. He's a gunslinger.
He wears Wranglers.
And he drives a pickup truck. It's hard to put those guys in jail. I mean, there was thousands of them that marched, that rushed the Capitol, and a bunch of them are still walking around free and stuff like that. So Brett Favre, and then he gave the money back. You know what I mean? He gave the money back. He said, I didn't know. And when you have the complexion for protection, what you also have is plausible deniability. And that's what he had. You say, oh, wait, what? I didn't know that. Here, take this money back. I don't want it. This is a get out of jail free card. It's like Monopoly.
I never heard that before. You said complexion for protection. I got to write that down. I like that one. Yeah. Complexion for protection. Mike Sean, complexion for protection with Brett Favre, or is this an admission of guilt that you think a prosecuting attorney can take him to the gills for? What do you think?
The problem is it's in Mississippi, and he's not going to go to jail. Now, in New York, you can go to jail for shooting yourself. Ask Plexico Burris.
That's true.
But in Mississippi, when you're alleging and you already know the dynamics of the racism that goes on in Mississippi, he's not going to jail. Should he go to jail? Yeah. But you got, like Talon said, you got to prove, you have to have proof that he knew exactly what was going on. Even though the text messages say what they say, it's going to be damn near impossible to get Brett Favre from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, for a prosecutor to actually bring up the case. Like, I don't even see the prosecutor wanting to take the case and the pressure that's going to be on them in Mississippi. So no, should he go to jail? Oh yeah, he should. Will he? No, he won't.
Yeah, that's a great point, because it is in Mississippi. You know, it ain't like it's in New York, state of New York, because that's a whole different thing. All right, man, let's move on to Thursday night football. We got the Dolphins playing tonight. We got the Bengals playing tonight. Defensive back Eli Apple is saying he's looking forward to the rematch with Tyreek Hill. You got that. You got Tua is obviously questionable for tonight's game. Like, there's so many things going on into this game tonight. But overall, let's just start with the easy one, T. Who you got? You got Bengals or the Dolphins? The Bengals are coming out. They're 1-2. The Dolphins are 2-1. No, the Dolphins are 3-0. I'm sorry, Dolphins 3-0. Who you got this game? Is this the game the Bengals bounce back? What you thought?
Well, clearly this is Cincinnati.
Oh, what? Okay, I don't know what happened. T, what happened? Here you go.
What happened?
I don't know what happened with you, bro. Okay, here you say that. As soon as you said clearly, it wasn't so clear.
He said, "What happened?" I'm right here, man. It clearly this has to be in Cincinnati. I was going to say, given the storm that's still going on in Florida and making its way up to North Carolina, so that gives them a slight edge. All that does to me is bring the victory in closer, but I still think Miami wins. I think at home with the heat on their side, giving people cramps, they could blow you out because you start losing limbs. But clearly no heat wave. There's damn near no cattle left. So I think this is going to be a 7-10 to 8-point game, and I think Miami still beats them.
So they playing in Miami? I got to double check that. They playing in Miami?
That's what I'm saying. It has to be. If I had to guess, it has to be Cincinnati because last week was home.
Or maybe they relocated it to a neutral field. I'm not sure.
I think this is the home game in Cincinnati. I can tell you right now. It's right in front of me. Can pull out my betting sheets.
And you know with the betting sheets.
Yeah, they tell you who's home. I tell you that. Okay, so the Bengals, yeah, it's in Cincinnati.
The game is in Cincinnati. What's your take on this, Fig? We got the Cincinnati Bengals. They're 1-2. You got the Dolphins, who are literally 3-0, but they're playing in Cincinnati, and they're not playing. Even though Dolphins are 3-0, the Dolphins played the Patriots in 100-degree heat. They played the Ravens in 102 heat, and they played the Bills in 103. And that's not the hot topic. People talk about, hey, you know what I mean? The Dolphins are really that good. Nobody's mentioning the heat. Now they out in Cincinnati. Even level playing field. What you think now, Big?
Frank, one thing I say about you are definitely a journalist. You said 102, 103, and then you said it's a hot topic. I guess it is.
It wasn't that funny.
But you know what? I just say this: if Tua can go and he's not as injured, you know what I mean, and his injury is minor, I think the Dolphins win. If he is really hampered injury wise, I think Cincinnati will be able to pull it out. Even though they're at home, I think that the fact that the Dolphins play in that type of temperature and heat all the time, once they get a break, they're probably going to be playing, at a different level. They're probably playing at an even higher level because they're used to playing in horrible conditions. So they probably will be even better in Cincinnati because I know other teams have to suffer through it, but so does Miami. It's not like Miami is playing in 60-degree temperature and everybody else is playing in 102. You know what I mean? They're playing in it too. So I think the Dolphins will be able to pull it out if Tua can play the whole game.
Or on the flip side of that, Mike, here's the big or things level out and you really see how other players, because the Dolphins play in that 100-degree heat for spring training, everything else. Teams come in and they're not used to it. They playing it for a week. The Dolphins been playing it for 3 months. So, or it levels out. What's your take on that with Cincinnati coming in and there's no heat for nobody? Does it level out, or I don't want to put words in your mouth?
No, the excuse, this heat excuse, we act like the Dolphins are an expansion team. Like they just got here. Like they've been here and people have been going to Miami and beating them up for years. So the weather to me is not an issue. If people cramp up, people cramp up. But like Fig said, both teams have to deal with hydration. And that goes back to your training staff of keeping these dudes hydrated so they don't cramp up. This is not a one-sided story. Like Miami didn't just get here. They've been here since the 70s, the 60s, actually. Well, I think the 70s is when they joined. So I don't see the excuse. Now, do I think Cincinnati's going to win? Yes, because Cincinnati's getting desperate. And Cincinnati doesn't want to lose another game. And I think Joe Burrow will wind up. Now, am I rooting for the Dolphins? Talent took his betting sheet out. I so want to bet on the Dolphins right now. But my luck hasn't been too well. It hasn't gone too well lately. So I so want to bet on the Dolphins because I think they'll win. But honestly, I think the Bengals are desperate, and I don't think they don't want to lose this game right now. I mean, they don't want to lose any game, but they don't want to fall behind the curve, especially in the AFC.
Right. So before we get into T, who you got? The Bengals, Dolphins. Who you got?
Dolphins.
You got the Dolphins.
Oh,
Big,
you got the Dolphins.
You got the Dolphins. Big.
Huh?
You got the Dolphins.
Oh yeah, man. I'm always going with Flipper.
Okay, and Mike, you got the Dolphins or the Bengals?
Talent made me insecure now because I wanted to go with the Dolphins, but I really think Joe Burrow and them boys are gonna pull it off.
Yeah, I got the Bengals. So I want to put on the record. I got the Bengals tonight in that game. All right, so the other game, like we got 3 big games this weekend.
How much are you betting on it, Frank? How much are you betting on it?
Absolutely zero. I'm betting a Pepsi. Zero.
2 Pepsis.
Yeah, a Pepsi. I'm betting a Pepsi. And shout out to the ladies on the side because they always make fun of me for betting Pepsi. Shout out to all the people watching on box seats. Thank you all for watching box seats. So the other big game of the week has got to be the Chiefs playing the Bucks. I think right now that the Chiefs playing the Bucks is probably going to be the last time Tom Brady faces Patrick Mahomes. But you know the Bucks got some injuries. The Chiefs got some injuries too. So if we're looking at this game, and I know you got your betting sheet out, who are you going to take with this team? Because this is one of them games where I think it's more even now because the Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? I think it's more even. But what you think, T?
Well, I still got I still will go Chiefs. I think nobody has everyone on their team that they want in this situation, but I think that they got a bigger chip. I think Mahomes is on this, if you could call it that, for lack of a better expression, on some comeback tour-ish. So I think he's trying to shine and show you what he's done in the past few years. So I would put my money on the Chiefs side of the ball.
Yeah. See, I think you're absolutely right. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to try to show everybody that he can still do it without Tyreek Hill. That's what I think he's trying to do on the mission. But what do I know? Fig, what's your take? You got the Chiefs, you got the Bucks. Both teams are facing injuries. What you got? Who you got?
I would go with the Chiefs, man, because like Talent said, I think he got a chip on his shoulder. I hate to use the word "come back." Them words together. I don't like the way that sounds. Come back. Just difficult.
The words together.
Got to pause on that one. But yeah, I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs because I think Patrick Mahomes, although as great as he is, I think the pundits that speak on the different sports talk shows, they forgot how actually good this dude actually is. You know what I mean? They talking about this one and that one, and nobody talk about Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, yo, this kid is a Super Bowl winner, MVP, and all that stuff like that. And he had injuries on his team. This year, they pretty healthy.
That's one
for the most part.
Yeah. But the Bucks, on the flip side of that, the Bucks are getting Mike Evans back because he had that 1 game suspension. They might be getting back one or two of their wide receivers. They might able to put it together. Tom Brady's not going to try to lose. What's your take on this, Mike? What you think?
If you talk about somebody with a chip on his shoulder, coming from a man who got kicked out his house, Tom Brady has a chip on his shoulder right now. He's not in a good mood right now. Like, Tom Brady is really trying to, and I don't think this is the last time Tom Brady is going to face the Chiefs, because I think they're both going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
So I think Tom Brady is coming in here ready to prove everybody wrong. And it's the first time Tom Brady's ever had a scandal, a semi-scandal behind the scenes. And I think Tom Brady is on some next level. Okay, y'all want to play with me? Y'all want to try and disparage me now? Okay, cool. Let me show you what I'm gonna do when I beat Pat Mahomes in this game. So I got the Bucks.
Hey, Mike, except for the time he was playing with the Nerf.
You got the Bucks and okay, in the Super Bowl. That's interesting. T. In other news, they call this game the battle of the MVP. You got Lamar Jackson, you got Josh Allen. You know, we got the Bills versus the Ravens. It's the game. I think this is probably the biggest game of the weekend. I said it yesterday. I'm gonna stick with it. I think the Bills are gonna blow the Ravens out. I don't even think it's gonna be close. I don't even think it's gonna close. I would bet 4 or 5 Pepsis on this one. I'd bet a couple Pepsis.
I'll take it.
I'd bet on that.
You think a blowout?
Talked about this yesterday, Frank. There's not going to be a blowout.
Okay.
These teams, and they even though, like I said yesterday, here's the funny thing about this: the quarterbacks kind of mirror each other, other than skin tone. They kind of mirror each other the way. However, one guy does that because that's his form and fashion, and one guy's reverted to that as a plan B. He can do it. It's one thing to be that guy that does something, and it's one thing to be the guy that can do something. You know what I mean? It's like having 2 sons. One naturally just go out there and dunk the ball. The other one you got to work with, and you got to make. So that's what these two are like. They're both good. One's, I guess, argumentatively better than the other a little bit. But when it comes to the way that they're going to approach and play the game, it's going to be kind of mirrored. Now you got to look at the other things in the teams. Now you got to look at the lines. You got to look at the special teams. You got to look at the defense, all that. So this game's going to be within a touchdown, bro.
All right, okay. But this is why I think it's going to be a blowout. Fig. The Ravens has the worst pass defense in the league right now. And they had the worst all last season. And Josh Allen's still mad from losing and off passes from losing to the Dolphins. They're going to throw the ball and they're going to run the ball. Yeah, you know what I mean? All the Ravens can do is literally run the ball. And they got the Bills have one of the best the best rushing defenses in the league. So they're going to be able to stop the run. So that's why I was like, yeah, they're going to stop Lamar Jackson. They're going to blow him out. So that's why I look at it. What's your take on this? What you think, Fig?
You know, the Ravens have the worst pass defense, but the Bills ain't got no line. In order to be able to throw the ball, you got to be able to protect your quarterback. They ain't gonna be able to protect the quarterback against the Baltimore Ravens, and they're good against the rush. They're good against the rush from running backs. There's nobody that accounts for Lamar Jackson. That kid, if Lamar Jackson was a running back, he'd be the best running back in the NFL right now. Mm-hmm. There's nobody better. And what happens is he waits until the defense breaks down, and then when he takes off, it's almost like a broken play, but he planned it. And nobody can catch this kid. Every time he runs, he got more yards. I think he got more yards than any other running back in the NFL, and he's a quarterback. And his passing has gotten leaps and bounds better than it was even last year. This kid he's a video game, Frank. And I don't see a video game getting blown out. I just don't.
Okay, but you keep forgetting to add that their running backs are one of the worst group in the league. That's why he's running the most. I don't know. I don't want to put Mike. I don't want to put words in your mouth either. Like I said, the Ravens have the worst pass defense in the league. They had it all last year. They got all this year. The Ravens still don't have no rushing. You know, they're relying a lot on Lamar Jackson, and they still don't have any wide receivers who even broke the top 20. So That's why I'm sticking with the blowout. But, stats can be wrong too. Mike, what you think?
I think the blowout is extreme because the Bills lost to the Dolphins.
Right.
And the Ravens lost to the Dolphins. They were both close games.
Yeah, but also both in 100-degree heat too. So I don't count that.
Okay, well, I just don't see Lamar Jackson. And I hate to put it all on him because I think Talent made a good point. Like we put it all on the quarterbacks, but we forget of all the other aspects, the coaching, the offensive coordinator, what the game plan is going to be. I don't see a blowout now. Things happen in the NFL. I'm not going to say you're totally like crazy for thinking that, but I would be shocked. I would be shocked if they got blown out. Like I would really be shocked if they got blown out. Like I still think they can win the game.
Okay.
So a blowout is that's a hot take. That's a hot take. If you say the Bills are gonna blow them out.
Uncle Rodney Perry is in the building. Uncle Rodney Perry, man, this is the battle of the MVPs, man. We talking about the Bills. We talk about the Ravens. We talk about the battles of MVP. We didn't even bring up the fact that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are 1 and 2 in going for the MVP. So literally also could be, the take on who people think are going to be leading the MVP race at the end of this game. Who you got, Uncle Rodney?
One thing kind of triggered me a little bit. Mike Sean said, I'm not going to call you crazy. But I am.
Okay.
You are losing your damn mind. Let me tell you something. Lamar Jackson is the truth. Write it down. Fig said it. He's trying to explain it to you, Frank. These guys are ready. I'm trying to get my money, Frank Holder. I'm trying. They won't pay me. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to run and pass. The guy is passing touch passes. Lamar Jackson has never done this. And with a whip of his arm, he can throw it 80 yards. Oh, you want to sit back and wait on that? Guess what? I'm going to run. I'm going to run a designed running play. You cannot stop me. Buffalo, I love you guys, man. I went out there, and of course, I besmirched the name of the great Buffalo Bills.
Rodney, you okay?
I told the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo that I thought they were pieces of doo-doo. Then I proceeded to do 45 minutes of stellar comedy. I only lost one fan. The young man was sitting by the stage. He frowned at me the whole night. I'm telling you, who he's going to frown on more than Rodney Perry? He's going to frown on Lamar Jackson.
Everybody in here seems to be forgetting that Lamar Jackson had a 21-point lead against the Dolphins and did not score in the second half when the Dolphins clamped down on them. And you all think the Bills are going to be like, y'all the Dolphins or something? The Bills are going to be all.
Look, hold on. I'll get y'all even.
Hold on, Mike Sean. What you forgot, Frank Holder? We had this conversation last week. How many times do you bet against Lamar Jackson and to get your feelings hurt, your feet stepped on?
I don't bet against Lamar Jackson. I don't bet against.
You did last week. We talked about it. I said Lamar Jackson gonna put hands on New England. No, it ain't that. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
They shot themselves in the foot. Lamar Jackson didn't beat them. I saw the game.
Frank.
The Patriots lost that game by turning the ball over. They were necking. Matter of fact, they were winning the game, and they gave the game away. They were winning the game.
Frank, you live near the casino. You familiar?
I don't want to be a part of it.
Watch it. You familiar with roulette, Frank? Always bet on the black.
But I will say this, just to get everybody kicked up. I will say this: if I had to pick a quarterback right now to start my franchise, I would pick Josh Allen.
Not me.
Why? Because he's white? Because he's white?
No, it has nothing to do with him being white, Rodney. It has
fair.
It has nothing to do with him being white. It has nothing to do with him being. It has to do.
So you would take a more you would not take a more athletic, better quarterback?
He's not. He's more athletic
And
but he's not
better.
that much more athletic than Josh
He's
Allen.
not better.
And you got a quarterback who's sitting at 240 pounds who's going to be able to hold up during the season.
Y'all
And he's
keep,
going to be, and when he sits in the pocket, and he has a better team.
y'all keep
He's a better
listening.
team than the Ravens.
Y'all
Let
keep
me
paying
tell you
attention.
something.
All right,
Y'all keep
let's-
paying attention. Y'all keep paying
Buffalo is
attention.
still Buffalo. It's a horrible place.
Y'all keep paying. You
All right,
keep
Talent.
paying
Let's
attention
let's-
to the
let's
press
keep going.
clippings.
See, let me ask you this: the Bears are playing the Giants. We got to take a look at the Bears playing the Giants.
Thank God.
Paying attention
Thank
to
God. Thank God.
Nobody's paying attention to the Bears. I want to ask you: should we be paying attention to the Bears? Should we be paying attention to the Bears? Talent, like, talk to me about the Bears, because the Bears are doing a little something over there.
If you have nothing to do in your life, I mean nothing, watch the Bears. But if you have a life and you have regular stuff to do, like the dishes, clean the bathroom, walk the dogs, don't waste that valuable time you got breathing to watch no damn Bears. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh, my. It's not happening. Don't waste your time. If you're a New Yorker and you just want to see the Big Blue get busy, I totally understand that. You want to see them rack up their wins and rack them stats. You want to root on with your new Saquon Barkley jersey. Then you watch that game. That's the only reason you should be watching that game.
All right, okay.
Even the gangbangers in Chicago will not tune in to
the gangbangers.
Big, the Bears and the Giants are both 2-1. I don't know if I agree with you with Talent. They both are 2-1 going into this game. The Giants just lost to the Cowboys, but the Bears, nobody's talking about Jalen Hurts, man. I don't know why this is not. I don't understand. I don't get it. Should we be paying attention to the Bears?
No, man. Jalen Hurts the Bears fans. That's what they should say.
He plays for the
Jalen
Eagles.
Hurts
He plays for the
Bears
Eagles.
fans.
First.
That's what he does.
I meant
Justin Fields. Justin Fields.
I meant
Oh,
Justin Fields.
Justin feels like he's going to lose some more games. How about that? You ain't pay attention to the Bear? Pay attention to Winnie the Pooh, Smokey the Bear, but not the Chicago Bear. If you ain't pay attention to anything affiliated with the Bears, how about Tigger? Let's pay attention to Tigger because he's more popular than Winnie the Pooh. Anybody pay attention to the Bears? The Bears haven't been exciting since Jim McMahon was the quarterback of the Bears. And the Refrigerator Perry, which was a distant cousin of Rodney Perry. That's when the Bears was exciting. Not so much lately.
All right, okay. Michael Sean, we overlooking the Giants, overlooking the Bears. Who we overlook? We overlooking somebody.
Well, the Giants are from New York, so you don't overlook things from New York. But like Fig was onto something. Teddy Bear, Yogi the Bear, Bill the Bear. Ain't nobody paying attention. I'm just like honestly, I know Uncle Rodney. I know he's from Chicago, but he don't even want to really pay attention to the Bears in real life. Like in real life, he really wants to diss Chicago. He really wants, but he ain't got a show there coming up, so he ain't gonna go at them. No, I'm not paying attention to the Bears. And are we overlooking them? Yes. Do we have a right to overlook them? Yes. They've proven us for about 15 years why we should overlook them. And yes, am I going to watch the game because I'm a Giant fan? Of course I am. Do I think we're going to beat them? Of course I do. But do I pay attention to? I purposely have nobody on my fantasy team from the Bears. There's nobody on my fantasy. I don't even deal with point spreads, over-unders. I just know Chicago's windy. That's all I know. I worry about the wind. That's all.
We're
Like,
gonna
don't forget about Yogi
Rodney
Bear.
Perry. What do you think, bro? Do you think the Bears are being overlooked? You think the Giants are being overlooked? What do you think about this, Rodney Perry?
Yeah, Rodney, what you think?
Yeah, tell us, Uncle. Tell us. Because he's not even going to watch the game, and it's televised in his market.
Whenever you guys get through.
Go ahead, Rodney. You got the floor.
Yogi.
Thank you, Frank Holder.
Yogi.
You know what? This is always happens when these guys with their fresh little haircuts.
Yo, Sunday afternoon, Rodney will be watching the Chicago Cubs. Watch.
There's two teams we're discussing.
Oh God.
The Bears, who look magnificent, and the Giants, who have Saquon Barkley. The Giants, if they fail to run the ball like they have been doing, will get a foot shoved in their rectum.
Not the rectum.
Damn. That was some jailhouse.
Yeah,
that was some
right.
jailhouse analogies.
I think
So
you
like
meant
I should leave this broadcast.
They will get their rectum wrecked. But that's neither here nor there. You can Yogi the Bear and all that all you have all your hijinks.
Yogi.
Build the bear. Remember Build the
Whatever. You can all your bear paraphernalia. You can go through your hijinks, but notice a bear will still maul your ass. So watch this weekend.
Rodney, you gonna watch the game?
Absolutely.
Oh God. Yeah, Rodney said a bear will maul you.
I'm gonna pick up the Bear defense versus the Giants.
Oh, okay.
I am not afraid of the Giants at all. Their offense is anemic.
Ooh. Damn. Word.
And their defense is as good as the pizza you buy on the street.
Rodney Perry, if it's anything, I will tell you, I'm going to take the Bears this weekend myself. I got the Bears versus the Giants. I know.
But then that jinxes us.
I got the Bears versus the Giants.
Pepsi.
Here comes the jinx. I got the Bears versus the Giants. Sorry, Rodney. Sorry. Hey, Town, let's keep it moving, man. I want to jump into the NBA real fast while we still got 20 minutes left, man. I want to ask you, if you had to name 3 coaches in the hot seat right now, this upcoming season, two or 3, could you give me your 3 coaches who are in the hot seat? And did you expect to say that they possibly could get mid-season fired or fired at the end of the season?
Well, first of all, I want to applaud you, Frank, and thank you for such an easy question.
Okay.
Hot seat. Coaches, I think, going to be in the hot seat is obviously Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
These are guys that they've been pushed against the wall to win, and by golly, if it don't happen, you're automatically in the hot seat. So you're watching every game. You're watching those numbers. Doc Rivers, definitely. Right behind Doc Rivers, for the same damn reasons, got to be Steve Nash.
Yep.
For the same damn reasons, after a foiled season with the AK super team put together and all these things happening, Steve Nash right behind him. And then the third one is the most obvious. The new suspended coach. He's on a hot seat for a different seat.
Udoka.
Yeah. Nia Long going to get all her ex-boyfriends to smack shit. So he's on a whole different hot seat, but a hot seat nevertheless, Frank. But that interim coach, now, if they keep him, because like I said, they're going after the guy. As soon as they announced who was interim coach, they went and pulled his old record up and said, oh, well, he pleaded guilty to this charge. He was sentenced to this thing here. He's been accused and charged with this. So if he remains in that seat, that's an automatic hot seat, Frank.
I just want to know, say for the record, Talent continues to be blind because he always forgets the New York market. I don't know how he does it. He did it with the Jets. Now he's doing it with the Knicks because he didn't even mention the Knicks. The Knicks coach is not
on the hot seat.
Yeah, the Knicks coach not on the hot seat.
Hell no, he's good. Right. We went up. Hey, Frank, you don't realize we jumped out of the dumpster?
Okay.
Before this coach, we was down in the bottom of the dumpster. We jumped out of the dumpster in the first season, went to 4 seed. Now, yeah, you missed the next season, you missed the playoffs, but just that feat alone brought them 2 years.
Oh, okay. All right. That's how it goes. Okay. All right. Fig, give me your 3 coaches who are definitely in the hot seat. I don't care if they're the same. Just give me your 3 coaches who are definitely in the hot seat.
The interim coach in the Boston Celtics, Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he's on fire because they want to because he looked too much like Ime Udoka. And they friends. And they probably talked on the phone. after he got finished smashing the coach's wife, and he knew about it and didn't say nothing. So he's on a hot seat right now. In Los Angeles, they're expected to make the playoffs and possibly win a championship. Darvin Ham will be served up on Thanksgiving with turkey if he doesn't do well. Darvin Ham is on a hot seat. He's in the oven. And this team that did extremely well last year and got their superstar back, they expected to make a lot of noise. Willie Green, if the New Orleans Pelicans take a severe step back, his behind will be on a hot seat. Them Greens will be going with the ham, and they'll all be served up on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I like those three. No, I don't like those three. I don't like the Celtics one because he's not. I don't see him in the hot seat at all. Michael Sean.
Yeah.
The hottest seats is when you already know you're going to be fired. Mike McCarthy with the Dallas Cowboys already knows it's a wrap.
Yeah, but we
He
talk
already
about NBA.
knows it's all over.
We talk about the NBA. In the
So,
NBA,
okay, I just wanted to put that as a bonus. Just want to put Mike McCarthy on a hot seat. Every coach in New York is on a hot seat.
yeah, they are.
They all on a hot seat. Steve Nash is fired because Kevin Durant don't even want to play for him anymore.
Damn.
So he's already done. I can't really I forget the name of the coach for the Chicago Bulls because they got all that talent. Who's the coach for the Bulls right now?
The guy used to coach Kentucky, white dude.
Yeah. Anytime you got a lot of talent on your team and they start pressing like we're trying to go to the Eastern Conference or Western Conference Finals, you on a hot seat. And anybody who's ever coached the Sacramento Kings is on a hot seat. Anybody who's ever coached
Billy Donovan.
Yeah.
Yes, he's on a hot seat right now because they expected more out of the playoffs last year. Now, talent brought the best one up. The best one is Doc Rivers. Yeah. Like Doc Rivers is definitely in a situation right now where he's the Mike McCarthy of the NBA. Like Joel Embiid already put him on blast. When your star player puts you on blast, you already know is the Doug Collins situation. It's the Paul Westford situation with the Lakers with Magic was like, I'm not messing with him anymore. So to me, the number one person on the hot seat is Doc Rivers. And I don't think Doc Rivers will be the coach at the end of the season. I think they'll let him ride out through the season, but I think it's over after the season's done.
I think so too. Rodney Perry, Uncle Rodney, I know you got a group of people who you think is going to be in the hot seat and might not even make it to the end of the season. Just give me your three.
Chicago Bears.
Wow.
All the Bears.
Are you guys done?
Just to not continue anymore. I'll put them on mute if I have to, Rodney Perry.
I'm sure you guys have not been keeping up with the world of sports like I do. So let's
like you.
LeBron James took the liberty of investing into the pickleball league. He owns a team. That coach, Tim Laurent, is on the hot seat.
It's on the hot seat. The pickleball coach is on the hot seat.
If y'all not familiar with pickleball, it's like tennis and played while standing on the table, and a great sport. And Tim Laurent, who was once the most decorated pickleball coach, working under LeBron James, a seasoned winner, can look forward to dealing with a tough season. Also, where's my there it goes. Make sure I have all my stuff here lined up. Also, and you'll find this interesting, Frank Holder.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I'm sorry, Siri.
We didn't get it either.
This guy is definitely on the hot seat. New addition has been doing any new moves. Brooke Payne. And Brooke Payne has been teaching New Edition moves for the better part of the last 2 decades. Brooke Payne is absolutely on the hot seat.
I'm gonna tell Brooke you said that. I'm gonna tell Brooke you said that.
you know he knows. And my wife is on the hot seat because she's usually trying to get me to go longer and harder, and I told her I can't do it. And so she's on the hot seat.
Or you should be on the hot seat. If that's the case, you should be on the hot seat.
She's the coach. All right. And finally, on the hot seat.
You got one more, Rodney?
How many seats you got?
I got plenty of seats. Hold, stay right there.
It's an hour short.
Mr. Marcus is coach.
Oh my goodness!
Apparently, Mr. Marcus had some issues performing last week, and it's all of the it's falling on the coach's shoulders, and so
only on box seats, only on box seats. That's
so
right,
Mr. Marcus, and we do believe that he can continue to put up great numbers.
He said the dude that was choreographing New Edition. You try and teach Bobby Brown a new dance step. You try that.
And you know, I'm glad you brought that up, Mike. That was really one of the major issues that Bobby was failing. And in an effort to keep the group together, Brooke Payne decided to take that for the team.
So tell it. I'll keep it moving. Zion Williamson is supposed to be the man that we all think he is, but he was so dominating.
Oh, that's the other guy, Zion Schiff.
Zion Williamson is so dominated in the scrimmage that they had yesterday. A couple of NBA players, a couple of players from the Pelicans are saying that they think he's going to be up for the MVP this season. That's how dope they think he's going to be. So I'm going to ask you, do you think
on another note, Frank, I don't know if you got this on that story. I don't want to trump you on this, but also they're saying Zion ate the Pelican.
Do you think Zion's going to be part of the MVP discussion, T?
Well, here's the thing, Frank. I tell you one thing. If he's not, that boy's value will shoot to the bottom after this season. He needs to be, if not, in the runnings, voting-wise, he needs to be very close in public opinion. Because, he with the fire he came into the league in just a short couple of seasons, the marketing value dipping down each year and not being able to stay healthy and stuff like that. Because think about it, and Ronnie and Mike are LeBron fans. They were this height, the same height that Zion came in with. These two guys are the same height when they were trying to acquire AD. You don't hear that vigor in their voice about AD. When you bring up AD, all that vigor is gone because, like he said about the Bears mauling people, the bear can't maul a giant because the giant got that big foot just step and squash the little ass. So I say that to say, this dude, that vigor will disappear next season if he don't perform at that extra level. I guarantee.
All right. In other news, since he brought up AD, Fig, AD says he had an undisclosed wrist injury that hurt so long it messed up with his long-range shooting last season. That's what AD said, and people saying that it's possible. What's your thoughts on AD coming out talking about an undisclosed injury that they had last season?
Hangnails really hurt. Hangnails and paper cuts are very difficult to deal with, although they're not anything that'll have you hospitalized. They're nagging injuries that hurt people with the mentality of an Anthony Davis. I think the real problem is that his barber is on the hot seat because they won't get rid of that unibrow, and that's the reason why he keeps getting injured. Guys that have one eyebrow get injured all the time. When you have two, you usually stay healthy because it balances. So he only has one, and he gets in a lot of trouble. Anthony Davis out. He had a wrist injury. He had an ankle injury, a wrist injury, a knee injury. He injured his hairline. I mean, what is going on?
Hey, Frank, can we stop calling it an undisclosed injury? Because he just disclosed it.
Yeah, he just disclosed it. He does disclose it. Mike Sean, it looks like somebody from Golden State Warriors is supposed to not return after this season, and that person is supposed to be Draymond Green. People are saying it's going to be his last hurrah with Golden State Warriors because they're nowhere near contract. What his thoughts are? Like he said, they're so far apart, doesn't even look like it's going to happen. You think it's going to be Draymond Green's last hurrah going around with Golden State, Mike?
Yeah, when you average 8 more points than Michael Shawn averages in the NBA, yeah, it could be your last. It could be last year go around. Like we always give Draymond the credit for being the glue on the team and everything like that on the team. But last year, and I'll say it again, I think LeBron is the greatest all-around player ever. But last year, I saw Steph Curry carry that team on his back when Draymond was doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the general manager noticed the same thing, that we got to get somebody in there. We got to get another person in there who can actually hit a three-pointer and can actually, and I know he plays defense. But he really, honestly, as much as we joke about Anthony Davis, he can't guard Anthony Davis when he's healthy.
Yeah.
He can't guard these dudes when they're healthy. He's not guarding Kawhi Leonard. He's not stepping out. I mean, he was getting done dirty during that NBA playoff finals. And I think Golden State is sitting there. And you know what? Golden State is smart enough not to do what the Boston Celtics did and hold on to somebody too long. Like Draymond's already ready to go to TNT. He's already ready. Like Draymond has a plan. Draymond already has the podcast popping. Draymond knows Golden State's going to move on because they can't put him under a salary cap and pay him what? What are you going to pay him when you still got to pay the young fellas that they got on the team when their contracts come up?
Yeah, good
so
point.
A smart organization knows it's time to move on from that situation. And when Steph Curry plays the way he played, you realize you got the leader of your team and you got the guy that's going to lead the team.
Last question of the show, Rodney Perry. You get it. Looks like everybody's focusing on John Wall joining the Clippers, man, because the Clippers are supposed to be saying that everybody's coming back fully healthy. Kawhi Leonard gained an extra 15, I think they said 10 to 15 pounds of solid muscle, and he's supposed to be stronger, so that's what I thought. And Rodney, you falling asleep?
I'm listening to you put the question together. I'm listening.
You are amazing. You can multitask. Well, you can multitask better than the best one. Like, for real. So what do you think about the Clippers this season, Rodney Perry? What's your thought?
Oh, boy.
This is going to be easy, man. The Clippers, John Wall, your boy is coming back. What's his name?
Kawhi, don't play with me.
Kawhi Leonard.
That's so disrespectful.
The other gentleman is supposed to be healthier than ever. And until I see the Clippers plugged in, I'm gonna reserve my judgment.
Yeah,
I mean, John, hold on, brother. John Wall is the third option on an optionless team.
Ooh.
Damn, right.
I have no faith in Kawhi Leonard. I think Kawhi shot his wad up in Canada. Okay? It is over. We haven't seen Kawhi Leonard show up for more than 10 games, and nobody says anything. So everybody's so busy talking about Kyrie and all these other people. Nobody said nothing about Kawhi. But Kawhi has not shown up for 6 years.
Goddamn.
It's disrespectful. I don't expect him to show up this year. I'm sorry that these other guys have to play with him, but he's a disgrace.
He's a disgrace.
He said disgrace. I'm going to go on record right now saying the Clippers are going to shock everybody. The Clippers are going to be in the mix next year. I think going to shock a lot of people. Because John Wall got
get hurt again.
John Wall got a lot to prove. Paul George got a lot to prove. Kawhi,
all three of them.
Those boys are going to ball. Now they got a point guard not only can handle the ball. When John Wall, before he got injured,
who they got? John Wall?
You know how good John Wall is? And you
tell us. How good is he? Tell us.
He's good. Very good. And
yes, why?
Hey, he the guy that was in DC?
Yo, y'all dudes is crazy.
What wasn't John Wall just in Washington D.C.?
Yeah.
You
he
t-
was.
So he was good.
Yeah, he was good. He was carrying. Oh, okay. So you guys gonna say to me before we leave? I want you guys right now. You know if y'all gonna say the record, John Wall's not gonna be good. That's what you both of
Let
y'all
me rub
saying.
your glasses
That's what
off.
I'm saying.
All right. I would bet you. I took a lot of your money already. You want me to continue to take some more, Fig? I'll put some.
Ooh.
Hey, Frank, this is
Frank,
Frank
the
taking off
money
the
that
glasses.
you want off of me, I couldn't even buy a decent sandwich with your
don't matter.
bet
It
and
don't
stuff.
matter.
Yeah,
Money is
how much
money.
money? How much?
How much? I'll take $25. I'll take
What's the bet?
What's the bet, Frank? What's the bet? Call the bet.
Hold on. This is my bet.
I'll take
What does
$25.
John Wall got to do in order for you to win?
What do you mean you got to do to win?
You say good. Please tell me what good is, because your good and my good might be different. What is good?
I'll make it easy for you. You put your good, and I'll put whatever your good is. I'll put $25.
He won't average 20 points a game.
I'll take that.
$25.
I'll take that. What you say? What was you gonna say, Rodney?
I'm saying that John Wall is a third option on an optionless team, and he's going to be back. He's going to be back looking like a bullet in no time.
John Wall is going to be amazing this season. Put it down. He's going to be amazing this season. Put it down.
But Frank, the one thing I will say is a bad bet, because in order for John Wall to be effective, he doesn't have to average 20 points.
No, he doesn't.
If he averages 15 and 7 with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they're going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem in the NBA.
If he
John Wall was young and uninjured, he still didn't do nothing.
I don't know what he was.
I don't know where you've been looking.
I don't know.
John Wall in a 3-point shooting league can't hit the broadside of a barn.
He can break everybody off the dribble, though.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to hit 3-pointers.
But he's not that guy no more.
He ain't good to me. How about this? He ain't good. He ain't never made nobody win nothing.
First of all, Rodney, you like the Bears. You settle down. Let us talk about this. Let the men talk for a second. You go over there.
I'm out.
No, real quick. To judge John Wall on playing with Washington, nobody has had the Wizards win anything. Like, nobody has been able to pull Bradley Beal. The Knicks would take Bradley Beal right now, and he's won nothing with Washington because the organization sucks.
John Wall never even came close to Bradley Beal numbers. Nowhere near it. Never.
They lost, but they still lost.
John Wall never came anywhere close to Bradley Beal's numbers. He never even. John Wall ain't never even got close to Paul George numbers. John Wall has never done anything significant.
Actually, he has.
No, he has not.
All jokes aside, Fig for once is right. John Wall Wall is horrible.
And now he's horrible.
I said it. John Wall.
We gotta get ready to go, y'all.
And the Clippers are still bad.
Okay, all right.
And they let the coach get out of there without making him pay. And y'all think these guys all of a sudden gonna be good again? It's not gonna happen. They old. Remember how old the Lakers were? Remember how old the Lakers were last year? They're that old.
What?
Tell everybody
they're that old.
Rodney.
Don't follow me.
Don't follow me. Tell everybody how they can follow you.
Rodney Perry live.
Yeah, I like that.
That's how you follow me.
Don't follow him.
Don't follow me.
Follow me at Rodney Perry
Perry
live.
Follow you, so they
I'm gonna be trolling that all day.
Tell everybody how they can follow you. Fig.
Oh, okay. You can follow me at Comedian Fig, all social media platforms. John Wall averaged 20 points a game 2 times in his entire career.
Don't matter.
They're gonna do it again for your ass.
16,
might as well send that
18, 19,
that 25 over, Frank.
Mike Sean, go ahead. How do they follow you, Mike?
Follow me at I don't feel like arguing no more. And once again, thank you, Talent. Thank you.
You're welcome, bro.
Yo, we'll see y'all tomorrow. The show is called Box Seats. We're on going to be a repeat tonight at 7, repeat at 11. We're on the Humor Mill channel all day. We're going to be back tomorrow, Friday. We're going to definitely do more of the NFL picks. And we're going to review the game that happens tonight, Thursday Night Football. We're going to review the Bengals and the Dolphins. And we're going to see if Tua's going to come back or he's going to come out hurt. We can't wait to talk about that. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Show's called Box Seats. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.